to log in. And let me see if I can find us live. I do not see us live.
Yeah, I don't either yet, so. And I don't have it that it says we're live.
Well, that's always a problem. If anyone actually does see us live, if you could post something in the comment section so we know whether or not we're live. Oh, look, someone's live. So that's good.
Christy, hi, Christy, long time.
We might actually be live, which is awesome.
Stacy, Edmund. Oh, thank you, Edmund.
Edmund says we're live, so that's very good confirmation. All right, let me see here.
So we're gonna kind of hold pattern to make sure everybody that's pending can see us.
Yeah, and I got to go figure out how to log into. This is like multitasking. I have two computers and I'm trying to log in. I got to type in the comment section because Greg's not helping today. Oh my gosh. All right. So now I have to open this other screen real quick.
Okay. It took a moment, but yes. Yeah. I will chat with folks while you get logged in.
Yeah. Talk amongst yourself.
That's right.
Oh, here we go. I found me.
Well, yay.
All right. Look, we're matching today too. I just noticed.
I did notice that because you know why I wore this? Because I was afraid you wear your red and I was going to wear my pink, and then I thought we would clash too much. I just went with blue. We don't pre-decide who's wearing what.
Exactly. No, I should have worn my black. I haven't worn the black shirt in a while, but it's not as fun. It seems like a time you need fun.
Exactly. That's why I was going to wear my pink, but it's like, ooh, I just don't think they'd be able to stand it. If you were in red and I was in that hot pink shirt, I think they would have to tune away. So this is an important one. They need to be here.
All right. Well, we do have several people joining us. So thanks everybody for being here again for our Facebook Lives. So I'm going to start by saying I'm Robin Bennett. I don't know if we always introduce ourselves, but anyway, I'm Robin Bennett, and I'll let Susan introduce herself.
Susan Briggs.
Yeah, and we are co-founders of the Dog Gurus. So here to talk to you about some more revenue generating ideas. And what I love about our industry is that you guys are so creative. So some of the ideas we're going to share are ideas that we've had members emailing us and say, hey, here's what I'm trying. And what I love is they all say, share this with others. So they all want to help. We've also had vendors, some of the vendors that we have relationships with who are really trying hard to do things with their companies that help people make money. So I love that too, is that, those vendors are just like the rest of us in small business where they're just not getting as many sales, but they're still looking for ways to help their clients. So I love that too. So some of the ideas come from them. And then some of the ideas are things that Susan and I have come up with. So if you have ideas, definitely put them in the chat area and we'll try to share or talk about those as well. And if you are watching live, you can share this with your friends or anyone else that might need any kind of assistance in terms of revenue generating ideas for their business. So to kick it off, should I just start with the trick stuff, Susan?
Yeah.
We're ad-libbing today. So one of the programs that I had mentioned early on, because we created this really quickly as soon as the pandemic was announced, was a tricks program, a dog training program that teaches tricks. And we had that set up initially at the website was thedoggurus.com/tricks. And we set that up where you could sell it for anything you wanted to sell it for. We recommended at least $99. And then you just paid us $25. We would put the student on our LMS, and then they would have access to that tricks class. And we've had a lot of people take us up on that, and they're using that to promote online courses because they just haven't had a chance to develop something on their own. And we had one sort of in a box already ready to go. But then we started getting people who wanted to use that, but they didn't have time to create the whole process on their website. So they didn't have time to create the link and to create the sales page and to create all that. So we still have that available. If you want to use that, it's still available. But we have now created it as a normal affiliate program. And I'll put these links in the website when Susan starts talking in a second. But the affiliate link is the doggurus.com/work from home. And the difference in the program, it's the exact same trick training program. So the student gets the same program. The difference is with the affiliate link, you literally don't do anything. You sign up for the affiliate program, you will get a unique link that takes them to a sales page on the Dog Gurus website. All you have to do is send that link out. So it's literally no creation on your side to do the sales page or to do the emails or whatever. You just basically have to copy your special link, because the special link is how we track what you've sold. So you copy that link, send it to whoever you want to send it to and say, hey, here's a great opportunity for a trick class. And then when the student goes to buy it, they click on that link. That link takes them to the Dog Gurus website, where they will pay $99 for the course. So in this format, you don't have a choice of how much the course sells for. It sells for $99. But then the affiliate, you as the affiliate, will get, let me double check to make sure I have the right amount, 59. So we track, the affiliate code is tracked in the back end of our site. You will get $59 on every course that sells, and that affiliate fee gets paid out on a monthly basis. So by the 7th of each month, you'll get a check being sent to you in the mail. So that program now we have offered 2 different ways, and depends on how much you want to sell it for and how much work you want to do. But you can sell that either way. So that's one way that we would say, look at trying to generate revenue that way. Do you want to go to Dog is Good? Talk a little bit about Dog is Good.
Great. So another affiliate, and if you guys have never participated in promoting affiliate programs, now's a great time to look into them. What it means and the way it works is just like Robin said, you don't have to do any of the work. You just have to share the link either in email, on your website, or in social media. And so Dog is Good. And if you don't know off the top of your head what Dog is Good, I'm sure you recognize this. So we know Gila, and Robin's going to show, and it's not just shirts. Like
Wait,
magnets.
I have a whole entire drawer of just shirts. Like if I could, I would just carry my computer back and I can open my drawer. It's an entire drawer of Dog is Good shirts. I didn't really realize I was like so crazy, ridiculous in love with Dog is Good until I realized how many shirts I had. But then I also have this sweatshirt, which says, never walk alone, which I think is particularly pertinent this time of year. And then the back, it has, cool saying on the back as well. But they are just great products. I'm totally in love with, and I'm actually not an affiliate for Dog is Good. I just love their products.
Yeah, because it's a lifestyle brand, and their designs are proven to sell really well. And so we know Gila and John Kurtz, who are the founders and owners of Dog is Good. And so they have an affiliate program. So again, you don't even have to necessarily stock the products. You just need to share and get the special link, just like you would with us. And Robin will put the Dog is Good affiliate link in the chat, but you can share these lifestyle products. And again, this is something you can do even if your business is not considered essential. I mean, right now people are home shopping that maybe still have jobs. I mean, based on how many emails I get a day from businesses, they have to be selling something or they still wouldn't be sending them out. And it doesn't have to be an email. It could be a page on your site. It could be some social media posts. I'm sure a lot of you have Dog is Good lifestyle products. And so you can sign up and be an affiliate with Dog is Good. And one thing Robin and I are really talking about as a business, don't expect when this ends to just come back and be the same business you were before. This is a great opportunity to look at how can I actually make my business better? And maybe by always offering some affiliate products, it would make your business stronger. And Dog is Good helps their affiliates by providing some social media so that you don't even have to create all the posts. If you sign up and get approved to be an affiliate with them, they're going to do a lot of support in helping you. That is just the passion that Gila has. And so her team is very hands-on with their partners in helping you succeed, because when you succeed as an affiliate, so does Dog is Good. And so do your clients. Because like Robin, I'm sure a lot of them have a drawer full of stuff and want more. It's a very popular brand.
Yeah, and I would say, so I did put in the links the Dog is Good affiliate program link is in there, so you can learn more. And you can also contact Gila directly, but she does provide a ton of support for her products. We had a couple of questions, so hang on a second. Let me go back to the questions. So from, let me see, Stacy, she said, does it include any trick certification, or would we rest them afterwards? Oh, test them is what you must mean. You gotta love autocorrect. So Stacy, so she's talking about the trick training program. The trick training program does not include certification per se. However, I do include in that the tricks program, I didn't mention this, but that program actually is taught by me. I did put in there information on how to become, how to get your dog a certified trick dog as a trick novice. And there's enough tricks in there. If they teach all those tricks, there's actually more tricks in there that they need to actually get a novice title for their dog. I am a certified trick instructor or evaluator, so, or they can go to anybody who is an evaluator. So if somebody at your facility is a trick evaluator, then you can just tell them, hey, once you take this course, contact me and we can see if you can get your dog titled as a trick dog. So my dog was titled as young as, I think he was 12 weeks when he got his novice trick title. So this is good for puppies. It's good for adult dogs. So yeah, you can actually test them if they learn those tricks. And a lot of that trick titling they can do by video. So they can send videos in with the tricks. That's actually how I got my dog's trick title. And then you can watch them and say, yes, you pass if you're an evaluator, and then give them a trick title. So, which is kind of cool. And then this is totally off topic, but I'm just going to ask it because it's in the thing, is if anyone's having issues with vets wanting to do vaccines. And I think that depends on where you are. There are some veterinarians that are closed, and there are some that are doing only critical services. So that is probably the case for some people. We had a few people commenting saying yes, because their vets are only doing emergencies, and some people are waiving vaccinations for their facilities. So totally off topic.
Right. And I'm going to jump in there. I know it's great. We want to be diligent about pets having immunity, but also keep in mind, there's not a magic date in the dog that on the date their vaccines are due, they stop having immunity. I mean, personally, I've been doing titers on my dogs for years and haven't had to give a vaccine because they've tested for immunity. And that's everybody's belief. I can also tell you, when Katrina came through and we were trying to help out people from Louisiana and take dogs in where all the vets were closed and we couldn't get vaccination records, our government and community understood that. So I think while it's important, I think during a pandemic, if you're comfortable with that, you can kind of understand there's kind of a gray area there you can operate under.
So Debbie asked, does Dog is Good call their affiliate program a brand ambassador, or is that something different? And it is something different, isn't it, Susan?
I believe it is, yes. And I did go to the link page where you sign up. And I think to be an affiliate, you would need to be able to put links on your website that then you could share. And it's through those links that they know that the sales were done through you. But you don't have to carry the inventory. They do the shipping, and just like our affiliate program, you get a check. And so there's a little bit of a time lag, but again, people are shopping online, and they trust you. And if they know it's helping your business, I think it would be a good opportunity to try it. And if it goes well, then you may, I know Dog is Good also does have some programs, to help you do small orders and get set up. They kind of create packages. So if you wanted to go from being an affiliate to actually carrying a small amount of stock and selling it later, it would be a good entryway to gauge interest from your client base.
Yeah, and they also do pop-up shops. I mean, they do a lot. Like, honestly, I think Gila would create anything for anyone that wanted something. But they also do pop-up shops where you can just set up a one-time store that sells products. So they do a lot of stuff. The affiliate is just probably the simplest way to get started, especially during these times where you're not out visiting and seeing people. Kim May said, thanks, Kim, for being on. Kim is a trick training instructor extraordinaire. So she's saying, yeah, we have so much fun testing tricks and stunt titles right now. So again, if you're looking for someone that can do some of that testing, if you don't have somebody, contact Kim because she's awesome. So thanks, Kim, for being on. Trick training right now, and really this trick training has been a growing trend for probably the last 18 months, if not more, for pet parents. So it's really, really a growing industry anyway. So trick training is really super fun to talk to your pet parents about. So along the lines of products, if you're selling any kind of online training program or any online service where you can add and bundle things, because Susan and I are really big on trying to bundle stuff together to offer a different price point for different people. Blue Nine is another vendor that we love, and they had reached out to us to say, hey, look, we're waiving our minimums for dealers, which is not normal for them. So their normal minimum for a dealer is $400 minimum purchase. And they sell, the Blue Nine pet product sells the Klein, which is a platform training for dogs. They sell the balance harness, which is the harness that my dog wears anytime we're out hiking. They sell some collars. So they sell a couple of different products. The one that probably we talk about the most at the Dog Gurus is the Klein, which for platform for daycare boarding facilities that are doing enrichment. So it's a great product for that. But I own 2 of them myself and just use them around my house. So they also are a great product for pet parents. So if you are selling any kind of online program, especially if it's a training program for dogs, I would look at offering 2 price points for that. One price point would be you just get the online course. The second price point would be you get the online course and you get a Klein. And that's a good way of offering 2 different prices that maybe somebody is willing to pay higher price to get that VIP package that includes the Klein. And with the dealer discount that they're offering, that's the other thing that Blue Nine has done is they've reduced their dealer pricing to give a 10% discount off of new dealers that join. So it's a really good deal. I can tell you that you can make some money and they will drop ship the product to your client. So you don't have to, go deliver it or whatever. You could just get them to your shop and then deliver them to your clients, but Blue Nine will also drop ship them, and they will, like I said, they're reducing their minimum. So that's another opportunity to generate some revenue with packages that maybe you're already selling. So that
Jess is on and just put her email in the chat box. So saying anyone that's interested, you can email Jess and she will get you set up.
Yeah. So Progressive Pet just said, I'm gonna go get my treat bag real quick. That Blue Nine has a super nice treat bag too, which is true. So you talk, I'm gonna go get mine.
Okay. So yeah, we love the Klein. We even have some clients who are doing virtual daycare and even some that are doing virtual enrichment daycare. So again, if you want to do that virtually, sometimes they're doing it and the dogs still take a punch off. They're just kind of introducing at the beginning of the day what the activities are. Again, it would be another great opportunity to say, we're going to be using the Klein. So if you want one here, you can buy it from us, and your margins are pretty good, especially with the special offer that Blue Nine's making to the fans of the Dog Gurus.
So they do offer this treat bag. Oh, wait, I got to figure out where the camera is. So this treat bag I have 3 of these. I have one that goes around my waist, one that goes around my crossbody, which you can turn it into either one, but I'm lazy. So I wanted one that was set to go around my waist and one that was set crossbody. And I have one in my car too. So when I see loose dogs, I have a treat bag ready to go to try to catch them. But anyway, it's a great treat bag. It's very versatile. It holds a ton of treats, and they also sell treats as well. So they have a lot of stuff. If you are, hey, Jess, if you're still on, can you put the dealer link in there? If not, I'll do it in a second. I'm trying not to have to multitask too much. I was going to say, if you teach regular dog training courses, I know a ton of trainers now that are actually teaching their courses with the Klein. And when I had my puppy Ranger, he's 3 now, but three years ago, I took him to a dog training course in Virginia because I wanted to have him experienced in a training program. And my trainer there, they had climbs, and I've seen this more and more, that the climbs are actually being used in the training class itself. So if you're planning to reopen, this is something you can start thinking about now, is how can you reopen and offer the climbs as part of your training program, your online, your in-person, not virtual, your in-person training program. The reason it works, and just put in there, they're magical. It really does help to keep the dogs in a spot when you're in a training class, because the dog learns to go to the climb, and it's so much easier for the pet parent when their dog does that, because now the rest of the class is going on, and you know how significant number of dogs are just like pulling and trying to get to the other dogs and that kind of thing. The climb helps to prevent some of that. But the reason I would say do it in your classes is because then you have the product there and people are more likely to want to purchase it. So again, you offer your in-person training program where it's one cost for the training program and a separate VIP cost, which says you also get a climb to take home with you after the first class. So that, and if you're going to do something like that, this is a good opportunity to stock yourself up with those climbs, because they are offering that discount during this pandemic. So definitely check that out. All right, so moving on to raising your puppy. So we'll stick with the training really quickly. Raising your puppy is another program that I had put together when I raised Ranger. So, and I created a program that 3 years ago long story short, but when I was not full-time with the Dog Gurus, and Susan and I both had our own companies, I had this program, and I created this program as part of my dog training business. And then since we've merged into the Dog Gurus, we really haven't done that much with it, but it's a complete program. It's an online program designed. When I created it, I designed it to teach my pet parents everything I wanted them to do with their dogs, and to teach their dogs before they ever came to training class. Because I knew pet parents didn't bring their dogs to training until usually 4 to 6 months. I mean, sure, I would get some really dedicated pet parents that were more progressive and would bring their dog in early. But by and large, most of my clients would end up in training class when their dog was 4 to 6 months of age. So when I created Raising Your Puppy, it went from 8 weeks to 6 months. It's week by week, little snippets of videos, like 2 to 3 minute videos. It's over 100 videos showing you all the things that you want puppies to know during that critical socialization period, and then the critical period before they bring their dog to training. So that we created that as an affiliate program as well, that you're welcome to sell. And I'll put the link in the chat box in a minute. But the link is thedoggurus.com/puppy affiliate. That program sells to the pet parent for $139. And the commission that you make off of everyone you sell is $84. So it's purposely a high commission, because again, we're trying to help you generate revenue. And amazingly enough, a ton of people are getting puppies right now. I get emails every day going, my so-and-so just got a puppy. What should I do with them? So if you don't have a puppy program and you're getting those calls, then this is an easy way. Again, it's set up as an affiliate. So you just send the link to your pet parent. They end up buying it from our store. We end up putting them on our LMS. You get a commission, and that's all tracked, on the back end of our system. So another way to reach out to those pet parents who are thinking this is an awesome time to get a puppy.
And how long do they have access to the training, Robin?
They have access to that. It's same with the tricks class for a year. So okay. Both of those, they have access for a full year. The Raising Your Puppy course is literally real life training that I did with Ranger. So when he was a puppy. So I literally started the program when I brought Ranger home. And then you see me and doing things like, and he's chewing my feet now. So this is what we're going to do. My house is a mess. It's like literally I grabbed the camera when I needed to teach him something, and you see real life, the good, the bad, and the ugly about raising a puppy. But it's a really good tool. And then it has checklists that we want the family to do each week. There's a checklist that you should work on. It's great for kids. So if people have kids. So that's another opportunity that's relatively easy, where you can generate revenue right now when you don't have clients coming in your doors and you don't have a lot of traffic, obviously, in your facility, especially if you're at stay at home or you're not an essential business. So that's another opportunity. All right, I'm going to let Susan talk while I go type things in the chat box now.
That's great. So one thing that we've noticed, businesses that offer grooming and are still open are staying very busy. And we have also heard and realized that some communities are not letting grooming operate. So we anticipate, just like all of us who are not able to go to our own hair appointments, that as soon as things open up, there's going to be a mad rush to get appointments scheduled for human haircuts and coloring, and same is going to happen for our dogs. So we're good friends with the folks at Paragon. And again, what's wonderful about having these partners and relationships is they want to do things to help you guys be prepared when things open back up. So if you have groomers, that's great. That maybe now they could be going through and freshening up, renewing skills. Things do change in grooming all the time, new tools, new products. Or maybe you've got some staff that would be interested in learning to groom, or maybe just give a really good bath. I know some of our businesses, we do like an exit kennel bath. That I went to grooming school, and there is a difference between doing just a basic kennel bath and doing a real bath where you're able to trim feet, make sure you get all the undercoat out. Actually doing some shed relief. You guys know we're coming into spring. There's going to be a lot of dogs that need shed control programs. So you can prepare now. And the Paragon has online grooming instruction. And what's really nice is they realize that part of their instruction is you take the course online, but grooming is something you need to put hands on pets and actually practice. But they know right now it's hard to practice. So they've opened up their training to where you don't have the stop anymore if you can't do the practical. They're going to let you go ahead and learn everything and then catch up on the practical later. So it's a great opportunity to get some people really skilled, and maybe you have some lodging attendants that would like to learn to do kennel or really good baths, and you can put them to work earlier when things open back up, because I think lodging is going to be our last service to come back. So if you've got people that weren't cross-trained to do other things, you can tell them this is a great time to learn to give a really good bath, and Paragon can help you do that online. And I think if you are watching this, you're even going to get $100 off any of their distance learning programs. So Robin, I think, is putting that coupon code into
they actually, I'm putting the link in, but they actually did offer $100 off any Paragon distance grooming if you use Dog Gurus 100. So that's awesome too. Again, just them trying to help you guys do some of this stuff to generate revenue. We talked it on earlier thing. If you're not making appointments for grooming right now, you need to start. So if you have grooming services, I know maybe you're closed. I would start making your wait list now. So I mentioned on an earlier Facebook Live, my hairdresser just did this. She just sent out a Facebook post on her page saying, hey, because they closed, we've been at stay-at-home orders in Colorado for 2 weeks. The hair salons, nail salons, massage parlors, they all were forced to close 2 weeks prior to that. So she's been closed for a month. So she put out a Facebook post saying, I'm planning extra hours as soon as we're able to start working again. I'm putting reservations on the books as soon as we're able to. The first in line are going to be those people who had their appointments canceled. But comment below if you want me to put you on the wait list. She's got like so many comments. It's ridiculous, including me. I was as soon as I read it, I went, put me on the wait list because I want to get a haircut as soon as this is over. So if you should be doing that with grooming. You should be starting your wait list now. So as soon as you're able to start scheduling appointments, you've got a ready list already available that you can start generating revenue as quick as possible. And then I would also say, if you have never done any grooming, this might be a chance to at least offer some baths and maybe do a quick course on how to bathe a dog well. And then maybe you don't open that up to everybody, but if you do daycare, you kind of know those dogs that are lower key dogs that you don't think would be a problem with a bath. Those are the ones I would reach out to and go, hey, want to get a bath next time your dog comes in? So you can upsell some of that. So then you're going to say, well, how would I do a bath? I would buy 2 Kleins and wash the dogs on those. That's one of the main reasons I have 2 Kleins, is so I can stack them so I don't have to bend over while washing my dog. So I'm not necessarily saying you're going to do full grooming all the time. That is definitely a service I would look at adding though. But I'm just suggesting figure out a way to offer some baths and then get those dogs in there, and it's an upsell for the first couple of weeks you're open, maybe just to generate more revenue. So again, these are days for creative things going on.
Yeah, and our friend Joe from Paragon is on the chat. There you go.
Yeah, so for existing groomers, you can also look at a membership and learntogroomdogs.com. So they have, thanks Joe for being on here. Definitely, I think grooming is going to be the first service that comes back way higher than when you closed because of all the people waiting. So if you are a groomer, be prepared for that. And if you're not doing grooming, it's definitely an opportunity to say you can generate some money pretty quick when this ends. So,
and you may not be able to get somebody ready to be a full groomer between now and then, but what you could do is they could learn to trim pads and do like sanitary grooms, do a really good brush out, demat, and then your groomer can go through more dogs if they kind of have an assistant. And so it's a way that you could still serve more dogs and pets and make more money right away.
So a couple of questions. Candace was saying, is it appropriate to sell a training program even if we're not trainers, we're groomers? So it depends how you're selling it. When we recommend, for instance, daycares to do enrichment, a lot of times they don't have a trainer on staff, but they're not selling training. They're selling enrichment. They're selling fun, basically. So that's one option, since we can't really do that right now because most people are not coming out for daycare. That's when I would look at selling training. So no, I would not sell training if you don't have a trainer on staff, but the online programs that we mentioned, the trick course and the raising your puppy course, those are taught by a trainer. They're taught by me. Both of those are taught by me. So for those of you who don't realize, in addition to being co-founder of the Dog Gurus, I am a certified professional dog trainer. That's actually what I've been doing for 20 some years. I was past chair of the Association of Professional Dog Trainers. So you are selling a training program by a certified trainer. So in that situation, I would say, absolutely, I would sell the program. And if you have other trainers that might want to partner with you, I would sell the program. Again, what we're finding is the more diverse your business is, the more likely you're going to make it through this pandemic, and really in general. But so if you're only offering grooming services, this is a time to be creative and say, what else can we offer? But obviously you do want to do it legitimately. I wouldn't just necessarily create something if you aren't a trainer and sell it. But there's other trainers out there doing online services. You may be able to partner with them. We have the 2 affiliate programs. So just look at different opportunities. And then Stephanie asked, I just stumbled upon the Klein the other day. Are they lightweight? I currently use the Kuranda beds for training, place, and settle, but they take up a lot of space. So a couple things. We love the Kuranda beds for bedding. It is a great bed. It's also good for place training. Where it's not as good for is if you really have, you can't really use it to make different structures, which you can do with the Klein. The Klein is pretty lightweight, and I don't know if Jess, if you're still on, if you can tell us how much it weighs. But the other great thing about it is it's very portable, so you can pick it up. It's got a handle on it. You can also take the legs off and they store underneath so that you can stack them if you don't want to use them. So I do think it's pretty versatile. The other thing is if you're actually going to do training on them, it's a solid surface. Like I would never teach a dog to sit on a bed that's more flexible than I would do it on a Klein because it's stable. Same thing with like a trick like shaking or sitting up, any of those things where you have to be concerned about the conditioning and structure of the dog. I would not teach those kinds of tricks on something that's soft. I would use something that's solid, that's got a firm base like the Klein. So that would be the other issue for that too. All right, let me see if there's other. So Ed asked, and I'll let Joe, so Joe already answered. So Ed was asking, does the Dog Guru coupon work on learn to groom? And Joe said it works on the other program, but he said the promo code does not work on learn to groom dogs, but you can get free stuff at learntogroomdogs.com/come together. So there are a lot of resources, and Joe had shared that site with us, his free resource site with us last week. So if you didn't catch that, learntogroomdogs.com/come together. They've got a lot of free resources on there for groomers. So check that out as well. And then Stacy did say the Kleins are very lightweight. You can store the legs under the platform, making it very small. So, and Jess said it's 14 pounds. So 14 pounds is easy to store. A bunch of people are, Debbie, how did you know it's 14 pounds? That's awesome. Debbie just knew that. She doesn't even work for Blue Nine. It's awesome. All right. So hopefully these are giving you some ideas. And again, we're kind of doing this shotgun approach of giving you a ton of ideas. Don't get overwhelmed and think you have to do all of them. I mean, if you have time, then I would try all of them. But at the same time, you want to, get with your team, kind of list out these ideas, come up with ideas of your own, and then figure out what can you implement the fastest. Because this is a unique opportunity and a unique time, obviously, around the world. So it's really looking at what makes the most sense to generate the revenue right now during this pandemic. Maybe you end up implementing these long terms, but this is a great time to experiment, see what works, and try them all, try one or two, try whatever. But we are giving you a lot of ideas, so just don't feel overwhelmed as we're giving you all these ideas. So the other product that we have talked about in the past, and we actually had Alex McKinnon on, I don't even remember when, maybe last week. I don't know. All my days are meshing together. He sells a product called the Clean Bowl, which typically we recommend for pet care facilities that are doing lodging, because it's a way to save money and save time and save labor cost. And I guess I should go get my Kin Bowl. Do you want to talk for a second, Susan?
Sure.
Why I don't think to have these props available.
That's right. So yeah, we a lot of centers have been using the Kin Bowl and lodging because it does save time. Don't have to wash bowls, and you can use your trained staff to actually do enrichment and interaction and activities with the dogs by saving time. The product is compostable or recyclable, but what I use them at home for me and my pups because it's just easier. I started using it when we would go to the beach because the bowls wouldn't slide around and get that sandy grit sound. And then now it's just, I find my dogs drink more water when I have their water out of a Kin Bowl, and my dogs have always eaten well, so that's never been the problem. But you may not realize that there is an affiliate program if you sell the Kin Bowl. So you can get, again, this income for recommending something that you use or that you believe in and helping pet parents, especially if they happen to have an immune compromised pet or a senior pet or really any pet. It's a clean and healthy way. It's better for the environment. Alex has done all kinds of studies that really recycling or composting the bowl uses less energy than washing a bowl. So it's something you can believe in because it is earth friendly. He's got the sustainability and fear-free certifications for his product line. And so again, you may not have ever gotten into being an affiliate, but you can make money and you don't have to do a lot of the work. It's just sharing something you believe in with your clients and telling them why it can be a benefit. So Robin, you got your bowls there?
Yeah. And then I just posted in there that they will give, if you want to try them and have never tried them before, they do have a coupon code to save 15%. There's no minimum order. So I put that coupon code in the comments. It's super 15 off with the link to kininc.com. But the Kin Bowl, what it is a sugarcane bowl. I can't, it's trying to figure out where the camera is a challenge when you do these things. But anyway, it's a sugarcane bowl. So like Susan said, you can compost this and it's great. And then with the bowl, there is a frame, and the frame goes over the bowl so the dog can't push it around or whatever. But the great thing is that when I'm done feeding, I just throw this away. This thing I generally wipe down somehow, or sometimes I'll put it in the dishwasher like once a week. And that's how we would recommend using it in lodging. The reason it works well in lodging is that you're now just tossing this away, and this you're wiping down at the end of the dog's stay. But as Susan said, this is actually my dog's bowl. Like I actually do use this for my own dog. And I started that because when I first met Alex, he basically dared me to do the clean bowl challenge, which was put this bowl down and put my dog's regular bowl down and see which one my dog likes. And he went to the kin bowl every single time. So I just started using it because of that. But then I also travel in my RV. So it's great for my RV. It's just easier to deal with. And there's not a dishwasher in the RV. So it just saves me from having to do a lot of washing for my dog's food every night. I also feed a raw diet partially. So it's great. I don't have to worry about the mess of a raw diet. And then I travel a lot. So when I'm in a hotel, way easier to use. So I actually do use it for my own dogs. So the affiliate program is great. And then again, if you're considering using these in your pet care facility, and right now everyone is super, super, super concerned about germs and sanitation, and like we should be that way all the time, but we're just hypersensitive to it now. So it's a great time to promote these, to sell them to pet parents. But if you're going to use them in your pet care facility, it's also a great time to start stocking up. And then again, just like whatever you use in your facility, you should have the ability to sell to your clients, because most of the time they're going to see you using it and then say, I should get that too. So you should just take advantage of that. I think Ken was on. I think Alex was on earlier. So Alex, if you're still there, let us know. And then if anyone has questions directly, you can chat with him. I saw him come on earlier, but I don't know if he's still on or not. I know his dog is getting dental work today, so he may have had to go pick up his dog. So I had just talked to him actually before this call. So anyway, that's another really good option for an affiliate program. And then do you want to talk about, let me see my little list here. Do you want to talk about e-tail pets, Susan?
Right. So we have heard from several of our members that actually has retail, that some of the online services are not able to fulfill orders. And as a local pet business, oftentimes if you are providing pet food, you're deemed essential. Well, they're taking this a step further right now. And actually they found by using e-tail pet, it's really easy to turn your retail shop that you usually have physically into an online retail store. That it's really quick because they have almost every pet product you carry is probably already in their inventory. So you just type it in, it comes up, you put in what your pricing is, and it looks really nice. The page looks like a page on your website. And so now with e-tail pet, you can be an online store and they can then pick up their retail at the same time if you are open and bringing the dog to daycare, or you can do delivery. And that's, again, people are getting creative. And how do they bring in money? They're going to their clients and doing pet food delivery. So e-tail pet, if you're doing retail, is a great way to turn your business into an online store, which makes it easy for pet parents to shop and for you to sell product. And we've been trying to get this industry to look at retail for several years. And I really, if you aren't doing it now, I would consider that for your business going forward, because you do get those margins. And what we learned in this pandemic is sometimes local is better than online. And you're going to develop those relationships now, that you're the dependable partner that people know will be there for their pet through thick and thin. And you can get that loyalty of being there for them local.
Yeah, and we've had several people that we know that had stores already. They, within 24 to 48 hours, they've been able to transition and they still obviously have their products, but they've been able to turn that into an online store and are now delivering themselves. So you can do it that way. E-tail also has the opportunity to drop ship, so you can set that up as well. And we even know people who don't have an online store at all. In fact, we talked to somebody last week. She's not even, her facility is not even open yet, but she's taking advantage of e-tail to just do some drop shipping. So there's that possibility. Even if you don't have a store, you can set one up and they will get the products and ship. So look at that opportunity too. Again, it's just another way to sell some stuff right now. And I agree with Susan. I actually purchased something from Amazon this morning. I'm an Amazon Prime member. I love Amazon. I shop there all the time. It was not a dog product I purchased. I purchased a kefir strainer, if you'd all like to know what I purchased. But anyway, that's a long story. I'm learning how to make my own kefir now, thanks to Susan. But anyway, I'm an Amazon Prime member, and when I put it in the shopping cart, it said it will be delivered on 1 May because Amazon is now prioritizing their shipments to medical, emergency equipment and that kind of thing, which I totally understand. But to Susan's point, this is a great time to offer those online service or online retail so that you can get them their product faster. And then if you can also include things like, a nail trim if they buy something or whatever, like you can design packages to get them back into your store when this ends. So just a really good opportunity to figure out, how to take advantage of that, whether you currently sell or not, is I would be looking at eTail Pets. And I did put the link in there. All right. So we have a couple questions. So Joe did mention grooming is going to come back faster than other services. So we totally agree with that and be prepared for that. I don't know the answer to this question. I don't know if you do, Susan. Is the Dog is Good affiliate program available to Canadian doggy daycare?
I would think it is because they're doing the shipping out. I mean, so I do believe Dog is Good ships to more countries, but use the link, fill it out and find out. I would try it. It would surprise me if it wouldn't be available.
And then someone asked, so then we had Angela, who is closed right now, saying, good ideas. So great. I thought hopefully some of this will help Angela to generate some revenue while you're not able to work right now. Carrie asked, can the Klein platform be used as a dog riser in the tub? So I will say, and I don't know, Jess, if you replied to that, but I will say it is waterproof. So if it would fit, it would, but you would want to make sure it fits flat so the dog's not, tipping back and forth.
Another thing I would say, Robin, I wouldn't probably have the legs because you don't want to get them so high it's easy for the dog to jump or try to jump out of the tub.
Yeah, I would definitely do that with the legs off. But I also have seen it used as the steps to get into the tub too. So you could try that. Let me see. Glenn said, did anyone get their government money? No, I didn't think so. Yeah, that government money, it's coming anytime now. We
do have members that have gotten their money.
Yeah, we're starting to now see people that are getting their money, people that are getting approvals, and you gotta be a little patient. I get that this is horrible for a lot of industries, including the pet service industry, but I think the last number I heard was like millions of people had applied. So you also
right. And what we're hearing is the PPPL loans are coming faster. Especially if it's with a smaller local lender that you already had a relationship with or a loan with. Some of the bigger financial institutions are taking the applications for existing businesses, but that seems to be a little slower than their small local bank. Again, makes sense. Relationships in small local banks don't have the bureaucracy and setting up the process for all their chains to follow so they can react faster to these things. I have not heard anybody getting an EIDL loan yet. I think that's the one that the processing is a lot slower on.
Yeah. I put a couple of people asking for the link. The link for eTail Pets, I did put in the comments. It's E as in e-commerce, etailpet.com. Cara did mention if it wasn't for our retail, we wouldn't be open right now. We're running out of food weekly orders. So again, looking at that retail opportunity is a really good option for people. Okay, then do you want to talk about pricing or camps, Susan?
I don't care. We'll talk about pricing because we do know some people have jumped in to do some virtual services, which I think is awesome. But again, it may be something you've never done before. So it's like, how do I price this, whether it's a virtual training class or virtual daycare enrichment? And so what I would say, you have to first start with knowing your cost. Anytime you're going to price anything, you got to know what it costs you to provide the service. So know your labor hours for actually doing it, but consider whatever prep time, post time, calculate that and know what your costs are. So then you need to build in pricing to cover fixed cost. If you actually know and have done the calculation to know what your fixed cost is per pet, add that in. And then for virtual, I would want a higher profit margin. Most virtual services do have a higher profit margin. So I would want at least a 20% profit on top of that. Now, you kind of go through that calculation and look at cost plus profit. And then you have to say, okay, what's the value? So then really, and I think this is where we fall short. Even Robin and I struggle when we're doing our own stuff. We're better at telling you the value, what you provide, than our own stuff. So you may want to get some input.
We ask other people. We ask Lori Davis to tell us what we should charge.
Yeah, what our value is.
It's always hard to do it yourself. You need an outsider sometimes to say, here's what the value really is. Because we always, as human beings, I just feel like, especially in the pet industry, I feel like we always undervalue our services. So that is something that we constantly recommend and counsel and coach our clients on, is increasing the value of their services.
Yeah. So know that value. What does it mean? Because right now you've got people who may be home with their dogs for the first time a lot and don't know what to do. So the value of you being there, providing some structure. And I think we talked about in one of our calls this week with our members, help caution them about having their pets become so attached and used to them being there all the time, because most of them will go back to work. So you can, in a virtual program, help them create a structure to where the dogs are getting some alone time again. So, know your strategy with virtual. Again, some of these programs you may want to continue to do, but know your cost, go through the value, and then build in the profit percentage.
Yeah, so I think the biggest key is when you're pricing these online services is, yes, we want to generate money, but for your business, but we also don't want to lose money. And if you really have to understand what it is costing you to run the program and to offer that program. And that includes, and so the Dog Gurus, we've been doing this for years because we are a virtual company. So the cost of our products, because they're delivered, 90% of them are delivered through the internet. They aren't hard costs in the same way as it is like to build this product, it costs XYZ, or my payroll for my staff is clearly understandable. We have to look at the payroll, but then we also have to look at the cost of the systems we're using. So if you bought a Zoom account and you're paying a monthly account, there's that cost. If there's cost involved with whoever's managing your CRM that's sending out emails to people, is there a cost involved? And that's payroll as well as the cost of the system. So you have to know those costs to make sure you're not losing money, because just because you want to offer something and generate revenue, making sure that that revenue is actually generating some profit is really important. And it is just looking at different costs than just the payroll. I would also say if you are offering services virtually that you would always offer in person anyway. So for instance, maybe you're offering, or your trainer normally does private lessons and now they're doing those private lessons virtually. I would not lower that cost. That's still the trainer's time. So for an example is for Susan and I, if you want to do a telephone consult with us, we have an hourly rate that we charge. And if you end up meeting us at a trade show and you want to do an hourly consult, it's the same price. We're not going to, because that's that's what we get paid hourly to do what we do when we're consulting with people. And I would say, like, for your trainers, I would do the same thing. If they do private lessons, don't discount their hourly rate just because now they're doing it virtually. So I would look at that as well, because you still have to pay them whatever their hourly pay is. So just really factoring in that you understand the expenses involved with whatever you're offering is really important. They just look different than what they might look like when you're doing this in your building. So we do get a lot of questions and have gotten a lot of questions about how to best price things. So definitely take a look at that. Let's see. So Joe said, in the grooming world, we recommend teaching pet parents some of what you do, and they will value you even more, which I love that. I think that's a great idea. I also think online services are really great ways where you can bundle the value. So you can offer something as a bonus to whatever you're offering, something that's really low cost. You can offer it, you're selling one product, but then you say, if you buy this, we'll give you X free. So online services sometimes lend themselves to that really well too. I do love the idea of teaching them what you're doing so that they have some appreciation for what's involved with it. So let me see. Angie said, I was just thinking about this. I need a training program for overcoming behavioral issues created by stay-at-home orders. That's exactly what we think. So for those of you that have
now.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. For those of you that have trainers on staff, what's going to happen as soon as all these dogs go, or as soon as all these pet parents go back to work, is their dog is going, this is just a great opportunity that we're going to create dogs with separation anxiety because they're all home 24/7 with their owners right now. So start thinking about that. If you have training already, start thinking about that program you're going to offer to those pet parents as soon as they go back to work. And maybe it's just you're going to motivate them now even more than ever to come to daycare, or maybe you're going to offer day training, or maybe you're going to offer daytime lodging if they aren't actually good in daycare, but some way to get that dog some help. Or you're going to offer a specific separation anxiety class, which is available as well. But that is going to be a need. We are anticipating that need as soon as this ends. Because what is going to happen is change of routine causes dogs to have house training issues and destructive issues. Those are the two primary ones. We, as trainers, we see this on a smaller scale. We see this every year when kids go back to school, and we see it every year when kids go to school. Sometimes we'll see it after Christmas when people get a new puppy and now they leave the puppy. So as a trainer, we already know this. So this is going to be an anticipated need. I would start building a program for that now.
And if any of you are doing pet sitting or dog walking and the parents are doing their own walks, you keep seeing that those memes on social media about the dog doesn't want to go on another walk because people are bored and are taking them for lots of walks. So you can step in and be there to do the walks at that rate and get them back to the usual cycle post when they go back to work.
Yeah, I actually just said that to my husband the other day. We took our dog on a 7-mile walk. Like, he's 3. I don't think I've ever taken him on a 7-mile walk unless occasionally if we're in the mountains, we'll go that far. We do not do that in our neighborhood usually, but we don't have anything else to do, right? And that's why I told my husband, I go, I'm afraid when we're done with this, Ranger's going to be like, nah, that walk was not long enough. So definitely looking at those services that you can offer to help offset some of that stress and anxiety the dogs are going to go through, but start thinking about that now. I love the idea of, making sure that they're getting taken care of, and then also teaching them that this might be a problem. So maybe you can mitigate some of it, but I think we're going to have a lot of that coming up.
Yeah. As you see orders starting to get lifted in your community, make them aware that they need to start leaving their dogs alone, maybe not as many walks, shorter walks, and, help with that transition back.
Yeah, so Debbie Oliver brings up a great point. She says, I feel some are feeling pressured to reduce virtual because of so many offering free stuff right now. So they're saying reduce the price. But what I include that the masses of online trainers can't or find it more difficult to do is create that relationship, which is worth a ton more for most owners. I charge the same for my virtual as I do for on-site. So this is a great point. I've actually had people asking me that, like, why would I want to sell the tricks program, but there's so many trick videos out there. It's totally true. But that is true of every single thing you could possibly sell, not even just in the pet industry. People can go find every single dog training thing out there. Like there's a video for how to teach your dog. Anything you want to teach your dog, there's a video out there for it. Whether it's police detective work, whether it's nose work, whether it's tricks, whether it's freestyle, it doesn't matter. There's a video. You could go YouTube it right now. But the problem is people want the relationship and they don't want to look for like 50 different videos. They want it all packaged together in one package. So if we did not sell something that was available free, nobody in the world would be selling anything. Because you can find out how to make your own steak and not go to a restaurant. I could find out how to make kefir, which is what I'm doing now. I used to buy kefir. But I'm going to tell you right now, in like 2 weeks, I'm going to be back to buying kefir because it's a pain. It's not a pain, but I just sometimes want it available. But there's a free thing for everything. So don't let that stop you from charging what your value is and offering the service to begin with.
And they also want it from someone they trust.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing is you guys already have pet parents that trust you. And so I was going to post this a second ago. Angela said, my customers are very appreciative of me doing this for them. It helps keep everyone engaged and keeping up with, maintenance in the meantime. So yeah, if you're reaching out to your clients and saying, hey, we know you're home and we're trying to help you, here's a program you can do with your kids. Here's something fun you can do. And I would be connecting with your clients on a routine basis right now. I know one facility that they're paying their staff to call every single client in their database. Like that means a lot to people. I know Blue Nine, where's my notes? Because I was going to say this earlier. Blue Nine actually put together some done for you emails that are already created that you can send your clients to stay connected with them. And they just did that for free, again, to help you guys during this time. And you can get those on our COVID-19 page. We had mentioned those a week ago. They created those. So reaching out to your clients and then saying, we know you and your kids are probably going crazy now. There's nothing to do. We're going to offer you this. And like Susan said, not everybody's out of money right now. There's a ton of people who are working their same job, but doing it from home and making the same money. But now they've got their dog and their kids underfoot with them. So you actually are helping them.
Right. And one thing, we had a couple more ideas. One you can do now, if you are able to be open, maybe offering rental of play yards or play space if you have extra available, because people do want to have some place to go, but again, follow all the social distancing, wearing masks, all that out there. But you can do rental of your yards or rooms, so people can have somewhere safe to go interact with their dog. And then preparing, I really think if you're depending on lodging revenue to come back this summer, that you may be disappointed. I think it's going to take a while for people to travel. So get creative and think about and create right now, while you have the time, some summer day camps or summer adventure clubs to where encourage people that may not be bringing their dogs to daycare, or the dogs are not appropriate for daycare or coming as often, to come and sign up for a camp. And however you create the camp is up to you. One summer we did one to where it was like over 6 weeks, we were going to teach the dog a trick. And we didn't even say what trick it was, because we wanted to see what the dog was naturally able to do. And over that 6-week period, we needed to see the dog twice a week to ensure that we could get the trick. And sometimes it was more than one trick. And then at the end of the 6 weeks, we had an event where everybody came in and we got to demo the dogs doing the trick. So it became a social. And that was just a flat package fee to have that done. And we had someone that was kind of a new trainer. So it was a great thing for her to do, as well as we got some revenue from helping her learn. And adventure clubs, just creating little adventures and activities for the dogs for the day. Just get creative and try to fill up that space and time and revenue that you may not have in lodging through day visits, and get those visits up higher.
Yeah, and we would definitely say, if you have not done daycare before, maybe you don't want to do daycare, this is just an opportunity to get creative. Maybe you don't do full daycare with 20 dogs because that freaks you out. Well, do those smaller groups. Like Susan said, maybe you're just doing 2 or 3 dogs that you're taking on a longer walk, or you're offering some kind of an adventure for them in that adventure club. Maybe if you do daycare and have never considered daycare 2.0 or an enrichment model, I would come out of the gate with an enrichment model already ready to go, because that's a higher priced model. We actually have been recommending that for the past 5 years anyway. And I know a lot of people have been hesitant to adopt it because they have their regular daycare. I'm telling you, daycare 2.0 is fewer dogs and a higher price model of daycare. You can charge more for it. So that's an opportunity to plan that all now and roll it out when this ends. For all those people that are like, how do I roll it out while I'm doing daycare? Guess what? This is a good time to stop and roll it out when you open. And like Susan said, you want to come up with creative, even if you're only going to do them temporarily, you want to come up with creative ways to add more revenue, because your lodging probably won't pick up right away. So you don't want to just have nothing. And then
you can build a bath or a groom into it. I mean, people do like packages. Make it easy to buy, include what they need. And part of this, if you're doing those calls to their clients, ask them, what can we help you with? Now and this summer, because we want to be there for you. So what would you like? And bounce some of these ideas off of them.
So Joe made a good point. Don't forget the behavioral issues we will face with our clients, not just their dogs, when they come back. So start talking with them now to set their expectations for your availability, your capacity, new processes, etc. So absolutely. So anything that you're going to try to modify or change, then you want to start talking to your clients about that stuff now. And I would definitely be starting the conversation with them to say, we are going to be swamped when we reopen. So let's book your appointment now. So again, you can hit the ground running with clients already ready to go. And then this is ironic. Stephanie said, can you guys do a webinar on virtual training? I attended an APDT conference a few years ago where they spoke about it, but I can't wrap my head around it in regards to what trainers would charge, if you're charging the same price, those kind of questions. So here's the funny thing. I actually am scheduled to speak at the APDT conference this year. And one of my topics, I have 2 topics. One of my topics was creating an online training class. So I'm like, well, that was timely. So I will tell you that Megan Stanley from the Association of Professional Dog Trainers actually just did a virtual webinar, and I will go get that link and post it in the comments shortly. But she did one that will hopefully help you. And then we can talk about that more in upcoming training sessions. It can get confusing, and there's a lot of platforms you can use. What I've been telling people is go with the easiest thing that you have to start with, which for the most part is Facebook, because you don't have to really have a big learning curve. And just Facebook now allows you to create a group and put modules in there. So there are other things. There's Zoom, there's Teachable. There's a whole lot of WordPress sites that you can use. And Megan talks a lot about those different platforms in her webinar that she just did. Literally, she just did it, I think, maybe 3 or 4 days ago to help people kind of get an idea of how this would look. So, but yeah, we can continue to provide information on that too. I think we've covered just about everything. I will say, do we want to mention our like fun thing coming up, Susan? I always ask Susan that when we're live, and then it's like, I guess you can't really say no. Then I said that. So stay tuned we are going to continue trying to provide these Facebook Live videos to help you. We are in the process of actually creating something a little bigger that will be a 2-day conference called Rebound, Rebuild, and Recover. And we're putting together 2 days worth of content that we will make available in a virtual environment for you guys. So hopefully we'll have more. We're like frantically planning that, but it is going to be April 29th and 30th. So mark those dates on your calendar now, and you'll see more information about that. So we can spend 2 days really kind of going into a deep dive on a lot of this to really help your business rebound from this, rebuild a new way of doing business, and then recover as soon as we get out of all these stay-at-home orders. So save the date, April 29th and 30th. And do you have anything else, Susan?
Well, just thank you to Edmund. He posted the link to Megan's online training there. So if you find Edmund's last post there in the chat, you'll get that link. So
thank you, Edmund. That's awesome. And Stacy said, can you do a Facebook Live for a specific group? Yes, you can. That's kind of the beauty of the groups, is you can do a Facebook Live just in that group. So that makes it kind of fun in terms of doing your training that way. So thank you guys all for being here. I know this was actually, wow, over an hour. Have we been talking for an hour? It doesn't seem like long.
We sure have.
We appreciate you guys joining us, and we will continue to send out more information. If you have things that you want us to talk about, definitely put that in the comments or send us a PM on Facebook, or you can email us at robin@thedoggurus.com or susan@thedoggurus.com, or you can post it in our Facebook group, which is Grow Your Pet Care Business. And we're awesome, always looking for ideas that we can help you with. So if you have specific questions like that idea about the virtual stuff, send that over to us, and we'll try to figure out how we can incorporate that to get some resources out to you or put them on our COVID-19 page. But thank you guys all for being here. And this is going to end. We're getting closer every day to the end. That's all I keep saying, is we're closer every day to the ending of this. And we all just need to be prepared, because I think the end's going to happen and we're all going to be like, oh, now it's over. Now what? And that's what we want to try to prevent you from being in that stage when it ends. So just keep preparing for that ending and be prepared and ready when that happens to come out strong. So thank you guys again. Have a great rest of your day, and we will talk to you in the future.
Bye.